Welcome to your week-by-week pregnancy guide. Here, you'll find all the expert information you need for every trimester, from how your baby's developing each week, to tips and advice for your stage of pregnancy. In this article, you'll find weekly baby development pictures and pregnancy symptoms to expect, plus helpful diets which is to be incorporate. A healthy pregnancy diet will promote your baby's growth and development. Understand which nutrients you need most and where to find them. Let's begin with this beautiful journey.
Hello everyone, welcome back again to our channel, The Food Interval.
In this article, you will find a trimester-wise breakdown of the most important nutrients as well as foods to eat during each trimester, which is helpful for fetus development. Please refer to the topic we are going to discuss. You can skip to your preferred topic anytime.
Before moving further, join us on this delectable journey and become a valued member of the Food Interval community. Hit that subscribe button now, and let's savor the world of food and health together.
Pregnancy week 1 is actually the first day of your menstrual period, even though you're not yet pregnant. This is because a pregnancy's due date is calculated from the first day of your last period. Week 1 symptoms you may experience in vaginal bleeding. Your body is shedding the uterine lining, which was plumped up just in case of a pregnancy. Bloating, mood swings, lower back pain and cramps and headache. Tips for 1 week pregnant. Stop unhealthy habits such as smoking, drinking and taking in excessive amounts of caffeine. Consider going for a preconception visit. Try to relax.
What's happening at 2 weeks pregnant? Your period should be finished and you might start ovulating in the next few days. So at 2 weeks pregnant, you're actually not pregnant. But you may be close. If you're preparing to try to get pregnant, keep your eyes open for signs of ovulation and do that thing you do to get pregnant, have plenty of sex around the time you expect to ovulate. Week 2 symptoms you may experience is better sense of smell, breast soreness or tenderness, pelvic ache, light spotting, increased sex drive. Tips for 2 weeks pregnant. Time your sex in order to conceive. Relax and take care of yourself. Take care of your body.
Welcome to the week 3 of pregnancy. Your now fertilized egg is on a journey through a fallopian tube, dividing and redividing into identical cells on its way to your uterus. Week 3 symptoms you may experience is implantation bleeding, nausea, breast changes, missed period, positive home pregnancy test. Tips for 3 weeks pregnant. Be patient. If you get a negative result, feel free to keep testing every couple days until you get your period. Continue taking care of yourself. Eat well.
During week 4 of pregnancy, the ball of cells, blastocyst, is splitting into the embryo and placenta. Within the blastocyst, there's an inner group of cells that'll become the embryo. This cluster will continue to develop throughout your pregnancy. Week 4 symptoms you may experience is bloating, mild cramping, mood swings, morning sickness, fatigue. Tips for 4 weeks pregnant. Around 4 weeks pregnant, you may be just starting to feel nauseous and experience aversions to certain foods, smells and textures. Get your vitamin D. Sneak healthy foods into yummy snacks.
At 5 weeks pregnant, baby is the size of an sesame seed. Yep, your embryo is now measurable, though at week 5 of pregnancy, it's a wee 0.13 inches from head to bum, and baby's gearing up for much more growth. In fact, in the next week they'll almost double in size. Week 5 symptoms you may experience is sore breasts, morning sickness, fatigue, cramps, and frequent urination. Tips for 5 weeks pregnant. Until your child is born, hold off on alcohol, raw and undercooked seafood and eggs, fish known for having high mercury levels, raw bean sprouts and any cheese, milk or juice that's unpasteurized. Break your coffee habit. Avoid smoke.
At 6 weeks pregnant, baby is the size of a sweet pea. The average embryo at week 6 is about 0.25 inches and will double in size again next week. Wow! So what's going on inside your 6-week pregnant belly? Well, many of the crucial areas of baby development have already started. Babies circulating blood with an increasingly sophisticated circulatory system. The neural tube, which forms baby's early brain and spine, is also closing. And the heart that has divided into 4 chambers and will start to beat this week. Week 6 symptoms you may experience is gas and bloating, mood swings, frequent urination, sore breasts and nausea. Tips for 6 weeks pregnant. Prepare for your first prenatal appointment. Go light on caffeine, get extra sleep and steer clear of any activity that could expose you to chemicals or extreme temperatures. Make sure you drink lots of water and don't hold it when you have to pee. At 7 weeks pregnant, baby is the size of a blueberry. Your embryo measures between 0.25 and 1 inch, having doubled in size since last week. By this point, every essential organ has started to form. The heart, brain, vascular system and intestines are all growing steadily and becoming more complex every single day. Also important, baby is developing a permanent set of kidneys, and arm and leg joints are now forming as well. Week 7 symptoms you may experience is nausea, food cravings, frequent urination, acne and mood swings. Tips for 7 weeks pregnant. Getting exercise is important for your health overall, but it can also help resolve other pregnancy symptoms. Look out for weird cravings. Be gentle with your skin.
During week 8 of your pregnancy, baby is as big as a raspberry and weighs about 0.04 ounces and measures about 0.63 inches. At week 8 of pregnancy, baby's fingers and toes are now only slightly webbed, the lower limb buds are coming in and their feet buds taking on a more webbed-like paddle shape. Baby's taste buds are now forming, gearing up for their first meals. It's early still, but there's a lot of development happening. Week 8 symptoms you may experience is weird dreams, constipation, heightened sense of smell, pregnancy cramps, and morning sickness. Tips for 8 weeks pregnant. Take advantage of hunger. Because your blood volume has increased, you might start getting headaches. You probably still have to pee a lot, and that's normal.
You're 9 weeks in, and the end of the first trimester is within sight. That's good news, especially if you're experiencing morning sickness. Pregnancy hormones are peaking in your system, so you might have a bad bout for a bit longer, but it should get better as you approach the second trimester. Inside your week 9 pregnant belly, baby's working on that cuteness, developing more distinct facial features. And baby might now have a strong enough heartbeat to be picked up by a fetal Doppler. Week 9 symptoms you may experience is mood swings, frequent urination, nasal congestion, headaches and fatigue. Tips for 9 weeks pregnant. Prevent heartburn. Switch to stretchy fabrics. Drink 8 full glasses of clear, non-caffeinated fluids per day to stay hydrated and prevent all kinds of pregnancy-based discomfort.
During week 10 of pregnancy, baby is as big as a strawberry or a green olive, measuring between 1 and 2 inches long and weighing about 0.25 ounces. Your 10-week fetus's body length will almost double in the next 3 weeks. Wow! Week 10 of pregnancy is a milestone. Baby is no longer an embryo, they're now a fetus. These 2 terms simply define different phases of development. The embryonic phase is about forming major organs, including the brain, heart and lungs, plus the arms and legs. Once you've got a fetus, those organs and parts are formed and are now growing and developing. Week 10 symptoms you may experience is round ligament pain, growing breasts, visible veins, mood swings and fatigue. Tips for 10 weeks pregnant. Nausea is often worse in the morning, hence the term morning sickness. Keep granola bars or saltine crackers by the bed so you can have a small snack before even getting up. Get your vitamins. Snack well.
Between now and week 14, you'll have the first trimester screen. This consists of a nuchal translucency screening, NTS, via ultrasound. This looks at the thickness of the back of baby's neck, and a blood test. Together, the results can determine baby's risk for certain chromosomal abnormalities or conditions. You may have a teeny baby bump at this point, or your clothes might start feeling a bit tight. Either way, you won't be able to get away with your regular jeans for much longer. Pregnancy week 11 is a great time to start planning a babymoon with your partner. We recommend you go on this trip in the second trimester, since that's when you'll feel most energized, and we doubt you'll want to do a lot of traveling once you hit the third trimester. Week 11 symptoms you may experience is leg cramps, skin darkening, gas, nausea and vaginal discharge. Tips for 11 weeks pregnant. Take a walk. Eat right to avoid heartburn. When baby's at 11 weeks, your skin hasn't started to expand too much yet, which is why it's the perfect time to be proactive about stretch marks.
At 12 weeks pregnant, baby is as big as a lime. The average 12-week fetus is about 5.1 centimeters long and 58 grams in weight. Now that babies got pretty much all of their important organs, their main job is to keep on growing. Those overwhelming first trimester symptoms may begin to wane. That means morning sickness may start fading soon and the outrageous exhaustion fog may lift. Hope is on the horizon. Baby at 12 weeks is opening and closing their fingers and curling their toes, and their brain is developing fast. Week 12 symptoms you may experience is increased discharge, spotting, headaches, dizziness and mood swings. Tips for 12 weeks pregnant. Wear sun protection. Don't give in to junk food temptations. Regular workouts may help manage weight gain, make your heart and lungs strong, decrease pain and potentially reduce risk of issues such as gestational diabetes.
Good news, you should hopefully start feeling more like yourself soon, as you enter your second trimester. The initial pregnancy exhaustion may fade and the nausea might too. The honeymoon phase of pregnancy is approaching, meaning you might get a burst of energy for a few weeks. During week 13, baby is making urine that's released into the amniotic fluid. This new development doesn't stop baby from swallowing amniotic fluid, but don't worry, it's a totally safe and normal part of development. At 13 weeks, baby is as big as a lemon or pea pod. Your 13-week fetus is about 6.7 centimeters long and weighs about 73 grams, and proportion-wise, their head is now about 1/3 the size of the body instead of half. Week 13 symptoms you may experience is visible veins, increase in energy and increased sex drive. Tips for 13 weeks pregnant. Eat a good breakfast, no more morning sickness. Breakfast is served. Find some together time. Know the signs of a UTI, that is urinary tract infection.
At 14 weeks pregnant, baby is as big as a peach, measuring about 14.7 centimeters and weighing in around 93 grams. Baby has almost doubled in weight in the last week or so and keeps on growing at super speed at week 14. A 14-week fetus's kidneys are making urine. Liver and spleen are doing their jobs too. You might be surprised to learn that baby at 14 weeks is growing lanugo, a thin, peach fuzz-like hair all over, which will help keep their body warm. Week 14 symptoms you may experience is round ligament pain, increased energy, visible baby bump, increased appetite and thicker, shinier hair. Tips for 14 weeks pregnant. Prevent sinus infections. Cure constipation. Keep an eye on any moles. Hormones may change the appearance of any skin moles you have.
At 15 weeks pregnant, baby is as big as an apple. The average 15-week fetus weighs about 117 grams and measures 16.7 centimeters, and baby's proportions are becoming even more normal, since their legs now outmeasure their arms. You probably can't feel it yet, but a 15 weeks pregnant ultrasound would reveal that baby's squirming a ton in there, now that they're able to move all their limbs and joints. Depending on your pre-pregnancy weight, you probably need about 300 extra calories per day. So, yes, you're eating for two with some restraint. Week 15 symptoms you may experience is nosebleeds, swollen gums, increased sex drive, shortness of breath and heartburn, gas or indigestion. Tips for 15 weeks pregnant. Schedule a dental checkup. Rest when you can. Pick a side. A pregnancy pillow can help you find the comfiest position so you get your much-needed sleep.
At 16 weeks pregnant, baby is the size of an avocado, measuring between 18.6 centimeters long and weighing between 146 grams. Inside your 16 weeks pregnant belly, baby is listening to your voice, thanks to tiny bones forming in their ears. Your 16-week fetus is growing hair, lashes and eyebrows, and more of their taste buds are forming. One of the most exciting things happening with baby involves their physical coordination. They can finally hold their head up straight, and even though you can't feel them moving just yet, they are definitely testing out what they can do with their arms and legs. Week 16 symptoms you may experience is backaches, bigger boobs, constipation, glowing skin and forgetfulness. Tips for 16 weeks pregnant. Prevent acne breakouts. Pregnancy brain can be frustrating, so get ahead of it by making to-do lists. If you're working through your pregnancy sitting at a desk, it can intensify any backaches you have. Try placing a support pillow behind your lower back.
You're in the midst of the second trimester, which means those unpleasant early symptoms have probably given way to other issues. A baby at pregnancy week 17 is the size of a turnip. Your 17-week fetus is about 20.4 centimeters long and weighs about 181 grams. Baby's rubbery cartilage is now turning to bone. And baby is growing some meat on those bones, putting on some fat. Baby's heart is pumping blood, and the placenta is working extra hard, growing to accommodate the blood vessels needed to supply baby with nutrients and oxygen and removing their waste. Week 17 symptoms you may experience is weird dreams, increased bodily fluids, itchy boobs and belly, more rapid weight gain and stretch marks. Tips for 17 weeks pregnant. Take cooling showers. Soothe your 17 weeks pregnant belly with aloe vera gel to lock in moisture. Vaginal discharge isn't fun, but it doesn't have to be uncomfortable. Wear breathable cotton underwear to stay cool and dry.
Starting around 18 weeks pregnant, you should begin to sleep on your side instead of your back. That's because baby is getting big enough to press against large veins in the back of your abdomen. Your 18-week fetus is working their muscles and practicing all kinds of movements. Can you believe baby is yawning, hiccuping, sucking and swallowing? They're twisting, rolling, punching and kicking too, and they're big enough that you might be able to feel them doing it. Week 18 symptoms you may experience is swollen feet or hands, backaches, leg cramps, varicose veins and baby kicks. Tips for 18 weeks pregnant. Get a leg up on cramps. Show your aching back with a couple of simple yoga-style stretches that ease pain. If you're craving a good night's sleep, try using a pregnancy pillow.
At 19 weeks, baby is working on their 5 senses. Yep, nerve cells for their sense of taste, hearing, sight and smell are all developing in baby's brain. Baby is as big as a mango at 19 weeks of pregnancy. Ranging from 24 centimeters long and weighing between 273 grams, your 19-week fetus continues to get bigger. If your provider has suggested an amniocentesis, it'll probably happen in the next week. During this procedure, a doctor will use ultrasound to guide a needle and extract a small amount of amniotic fluid. It tests for diagnosing genetic disorders. Week 19 symptoms you may experience is abdominal aches and pains, dizziness, leg cramps, hip pain and lightheadedness. Tips for 19 weeks pregnant. Add superfoods to your diet. Move slowly if you feel tired or out of sorts, especially when you're standing up from a seated or prone position. Prenatal yoga is a great antidote for pain from leg cramps, backaches and hip issues.
Cheers, you've officially made it to the halfway point of pregnancy. It might feel like time is crawling or time is flying. The anatomy scan or 20-week ultrasound will be happening soon. At 20 weeks pregnant, baby is the size of a banana. They weigh between 331 grams and measure between 25.7 centimeters from crown to rump. At 20 weeks, baby's delicate skin stays protected while in the amniotic fluid, thanks to Lanugo fine, light hair, and vernix, a slick, white substance, covering baby's body. Week 20 symptoms you may experience is vaginal discharge, leg cramps, heartburn, swelling and shortness of breath. Tips for 20 weeks pregnant. If you're planning to have your baby at a hospital, now is a good time to schedule a tour of the maternity wing. Learn about Braxton Hicks contractions. You're not going into labor with Braxton Hicks, but if you start to feel pain and the contractions don't stop, see your doctor. They could be a sign of something else.
Did you feel that little flutter? Baby is moving and grooving and doing flips, and you most likely feel their tiny kicks and punches. This early movement is called quickening, and it's so exciting. Your anatomy scan might be taking place this week. Your ultrasound tech and doctor will take lots of measurements and make sure everything is developing appropriately. Wondering what's going on with your 21-week fetus? As baby's digestive system preps for the outside world, they're manufacturing meconium, the tarry black substance you'll find in the first dirty diaper. Week 21 symptoms you may experience is heartburn or indigestion, Braxton Hicks contractions, leaky boobs, dry itchy skin and stretch marks. Tips for 21 weeks pregnant. Staying hydrated keeps your body from retaining water. It also helps calm those Braxton Hicks contractions. Keep moving. If you're interested in taking childbirth classes, breastfeeding classes or infant care classes, now is the time to sign up if you haven't yet.
You might feeling on top of the world, or not. At this point, your bump has probably popped and things might be a little cramped. Braxton Hicks and backaches may have you feeling mildly uncomfortable. Now that baby's eyes are fully formed and lips have developed, they're looking even more like a newborn. Baby is sleeping in cycles, about 12 to 14 hours per day. At 22 weeks, baby is the size of a coconut. Average baby size at 22 weeks is about 29 centimeters long and 478 grams. Week 22 symptoms you may experience is stretch marks, hair issues, backaches, increased sex drive and outy belly button. Tips for 22 weeks pregnant. 22 weeks is a good time to start planning for a maternity portrait session. Keep up with prenatals and healthy eating. Plan a trip or get some projects done around the house. Now's the time to travel, if you'd like to, before the baby arrives.
Second trimester symptoms may be in full effect. We're talking swollen ankles, varicose veins, backaches and bleeding gums for starters. You may also be having Braxton Hicks. This will feel like a little tightening of the midsection, but should go away once you change positions. Your bump is out and about nowadays, and you've probably put on about 12 to 15 pounds, give or take. Focus on eating lots of healthy mini meals and getting movement every day. At 23 weeks pregnant, baby is getting ready for their big debut by listening in on what's going on in the outside world. Week 23 symptoms you may experience is swollen ankles and feet, Braxton Hicks contractions, backaches, bleeding or swollen gums and varicose veins. Tips for 23 weeks pregnant. Get outside and enjoy the sun. Get financials sorted. Look into childcare if you'll need it. Plan for time off.
You've probably gained about 15 pounds or so at this point. Remember, you're building a human being, and you have a heavy placenta and extra blood volume, so every pound is important. Wondering what it'd be like to get a look at baby at 24 weeks in the womb? Their eyelashes, eyebrows, and head of hair are still filling out, but the hair has yet to develop any pigment. Baby's startle reflex has developed now, so you might find that loud noises make baby jump. Week 24 symptoms you may experience is swollen ankles and feet, leg cramps, backaches, linea nigra, and stretch marks. Tips for 24 weeks pregnant. Follow doctor's orders. Eat thoughtfully. Be careful not to overstretch your loose joints and ligaments. Just take it easy when you're stretching so you don't hurt yourself accidentally.
You're 25 weeks pregnant, and it's probably dawned on you that soon you'll actually have to deliver this baby. That might be a little scary, but it's also exciting. Baby is enjoying their new sense of equilibrium. Yep, your 25-week fetus is now learning which way is up and which is down. As for 25 weeks fetal development, baby is growing more fat and more hair too. Guess what? Baby's hands are now fully formed too. They can now grasp anything that comes their way. Hello there, umbilical cord. Week 25 symptoms you may experience is trouble sleeping, frequent urination, constipation, hemorrhoids and Braxton Hicks contractions. Tips for 25 weeks pregnant. Moisturize your itchy skin. Keep up with healthy eating. You can't literally watch your own eyes, but you should pay attention to changes in your vision or eye health.
Can you believe your 26-week fetus has already grown eyelashes? Soon, they'll start batting them. Feel baby kicking and jumping and wiggling. Talk to them. They can hear you and may respond to the comforting sound of your voice. Baby is interfering with your sleep, messing with your memory and even giving you a stress headache or two at 26 weeks pregnant. Week 26 symptoms you may experience is trouble sleeping, swelling, headaches, pregnancy brain and higher blood pressure. Tips for 26 weeks pregnant. Start asking loved ones to get vaccinated. Keep up with exercise. If you haven't started talking to baby yet, now's the time to get chatty. You can read books, sing songs or just narrate your day so baby has a chance to enjoy your voice.
Congratulations! It's the last week of your second trimester. Time to get ready for the grand finale event. Don't worry, you still have time. The not-so-glamorous symptoms of pregnancy are in full effect. You may have constipation and pregnancy hemorrhoids. Plus, baby is putting so much pressure on your bladder you may occasionally leak urine, especially when you cough or sneeze. Baby is practicing breathing in and out, developing lungs and even showing brain activity now. Week 27 symptoms you may experience is leg cramps, backaches, constipation, hemorrhoids and skin, hair and nail changes. Tips for 27 weeks pregnant. Stay hydrated during the day. It's time to get in a safety mindset by making sure you're ready to keep baby safe at all times. Your sleep may be interrupted by a wiggly 27-week fetus and trips to the bathroom, but get all the sleep you can while you can.
Welcome to your third trimester. You're in the home stretch, panic and excitement may be setting in. Baby is not leaving you a lot of room. Their cramped quarters may result in you experiencing some unpleasantness, shortness of breath, occasional incontinence and general discomfort. In week 28 of pregnancy, baby's immune system continues to develop, guided in part by the placenta. At 28 weeks, baby is the size of an eggplant. Baby now measures about 2.6 centimeters from head to toe and weighs in around 1.2 kilograms. Week 28 symptoms you may experience is trouble sleeping, shortness of breath, aches and pains, Braxton Hicks contractions and leaky boobs. Tips for 28 weeks pregnant. Time to start counting kicks. Time to make some decisions. Baby will be here before you know it, so it's a good idea to have things ready early, especially in case baby comes early too.
Week 29 of pregnancy is a good time to start finalizing details, like stocking the nursery with baby care essentials. You'll also want to start packing a bag with the things you know you'll want with you at the hospital for baby's birth. You may have gained 20+ pounds at this point in pregnancy. And while your belly might feel stretched to capacity, there's even more growing to do. Baby is getting a little cramped in there, that's a given, seeing how fast they're growing. That means all those kicks and jabs are getting stronger. You might even feel a subtle, repetitive twitch. Week 29 symptoms you may experience is headaches or lightheadedness, itchy belly, back, leg or hip pain, hemorrhoids and trouble sleeping. Tips for 29 weeks pregnant. Put your feet up and rest. Wear a comfortable, breathable bra and consider getting breast pads early for any leaking. Decide what to do with baby's cord blood, special stem cells that can treat and cure certain diseases if someone in your family needs it.
Braxton Hicks are the name of the game these days. Basically, your uterus is practicing, you'll feel your belly tighten and then loosen. It's more likely to happen after some physical exertion. Try to relax or change positions. Baby's kicks and jabs feel a lot less cute these days. That's because they are in cramped quarters and don't have much room to wiggle and flip. Now that baby has developed more fat stores, they are starting to shed lanugo, the soft, down-like hair that enveloped the body for the last few weeks. Lanugo helps to keep a fetus warm and protects their sensitive developing skin with the help of vernix. Week 30 symptoms you may experience is heartburn, trouble sleeping, swelling, general discomfort, and shortness of breath. Tips for 30 weeks pregnant. Wear forgiving shoes. Keep up with the Kegels. If you don't know what the mucus plug is, now is the time to learn. In short, the mucus plug stops up the cervical opening and protects baby from any bacteria.
Things are feeling mighty crowded. You might be having trouble walking, talking, or doing both at the same time. Baby is making it hard for you to feel like you can catch your breath. Your week 31 fetus is going through major brain and nerve development. In fact, all 5 of baby's senses are in working order. At this point, their visual system is fully functional. Baby's eyes can open and close, and the pupils can detect light and respond by constricting or dilating. Week 31 symptoms you may experience is shortness of breath, dry, brittle nails, Braxton Hicks contractions, frequent urination and trouble sleeping. Tips for 31 weeks pregnant. Try a simple stretch for back pain. Cut back on tea or coffee. If your breasts are leaking colostrum, nursing pads will keep your bras from getting messy.
Ready or not? At 32 weeks pregnant, baby's birth still seems far into the future, but you and baby are getting ready in a lot of ways, just in case there's an early arrival. Baby is getting ready for their descent and, as we mentioned, is likely in the head-down position now. They're probably feeling even more cramped. Your 32-week baby is as big as a kale. Still growing strong, baby measures about 43 centimeters and weighs around 2 kilograms at 32 weeks pregnant. Week 32 symptoms you may experience is more Braxton Hicks contractions, darker nipples, heartburn, shortness of breath and vaginal discharge. Tips for 32 weeks pregnant. Smaller is better when it comes to meals. Maintain good posture. If you've been lying down and your Braxton Hicks contractions aren't letting up, a little exercise may do the trick. Try walking for a bit, but don't go too far.
Another new symptom that might crop up soon. Darker nipples. Hormonal changes can make your areolas look different. This is believed to be an evolutionary phenomenon to help baby find them for breastfeeding. By 33 weeks, baby's brain and nervous system are completely developed and control some bodily functions. If you were to have a 33 weeks pregnant ultrasound, you'd see that baby is keeping their eyes open while awake. Week 33 symptoms you may experience is overheating, headaches, shortness of breath, forgetfulness and heartburn. Tips for 33 weeks pregnant. Use a cold compress. If you feel fatigued and forgetful during the day, create a bedroom environment that invites sweet sleep. And speaking of overheating, you may want to invest in a portable cooling device, especially if you're at 33 weeks during the hot weather months.
Late pregnancy symptoms abound. Look out for exhaustion, swollen ankles, and so much pressure. Baby's weight and position may result in hemorrhoids, frequent pee breaks, and general discomfort in your pelvic area. Keep doing your kick counts and take mind of Braxton Hicks contractions. If they're getting stronger or more frequent, give your doctor a call. You want to make sure you're not in preterm labor. Baby's skin is getting ready for life outside the womb as the vernix that protects it begins to thicken. Week 34 symptoms you may experience is blurry vision, fatigue, constipation, hemorrhoids, and abdominal pressure. Tips for 34 weeks pregnant. Swollen feet are tough enough to deal with. Don't make them worse by adding fluid-retaining salt to your foods. Drink water, and then drink some more water. Hemorrhoids aren't fun, but you can make them a little more bearable by treating them with some TLC.
At this stage, it might feel like you're all belly, and with good reason. Your uterus has grown to about 500 to 1,000 times its original size. Make sure you know the signs of labor. Braxton Hicks contractions will feel intense at this point. Make sure they are not getting stronger and more frequent. If they are, call your doctor. Your little one is putting on some weight right now, which may sound intimidating to mom, but it's really a good thing. Those extra pounds will help baby stay warm outside the womb. Week 35 symptoms you may experience is frequent urge to pee, constipation, Braxton Hicks contractions, aches and pains in the hips and pelvis. Tips for 35 weeks pregnant. Pack your hospital bag. Use your pregnancy pillow. Watch your water intake before bed. Eat more salads.
4 weeks to go, at least until your due date. No guarantee that baby will show up on time. Since baby really could decide to arrive any day now, try to put in your final prep work at 36 weeks pregnant. Go over your plan for getting to the hospital and all the what-ifs. Update your boss and colleagues on the status of all your work projects so they know where to take over if you're suddenly out of the office. Week 36 of pregnancy is also a good time to enjoy a date with your partner. Week 36 symptoms you may experience is improved breathing, pelvic discomfort, trouble sleeping, heartburn and Braxton Hicks contractions. Tips for 36 weeks pregnant. Skip the spiciness. Swollen feet and ankles get much needed relief when you rest for a bit, and rest is always welcome at 36 weeks pregnant. If baby is weighing on your pelvis, you may want to invest in a sling or band that offers support and takes some of the pressure off you.
Some light spotting may occur at 37 weeks, and you might notice more vaginal discharge than usual. This is normal. However, if you lose your mucus plug or notice more than a little blood, call your doctor right away. Around week 37 of pregnancy, many moms-to-be find themselves organizing cupboards and scrubbing floors. That's the phenomenon people lovingly refer to as nesting. Baby is practicing some cool new skills: inhaling, exhaling, sucking, and blinking. In less cute news, baby is getting the first sticky poop, called meconium, ready for their first diaper. Week 37 symptoms you may experience is heartburn, spotting, stretch marks, abdominal pressure and contractions. Tips for 37 weeks pregnant. Get some ginger. Make sure you drink plenty of water, because dehydration can make your uterus contract, causing discomfort. Create a to-do list with your partner and divvy up the tasks. You'll be ready for baby in no time.
Feeling the burn? Baby may be wreaking havoc on your digestive system and causing heartburn and reflux. Their quarters are nice and cramped in there, so they're putting pressure on all your organs. Diarrhea is also common at this late stage of the game as hormones continue to loosen you up for the big delivery event. Inside your 38 weeks pregnant belly, baby may have some hair already. Baby is slowly shedding that white goo on the skin, but you might see some of it at birth. Week 38 symptoms you may experience is Braxton Hicks contractions, trouble sleeping, increased vaginal discharge, itchy belly and swollen feet and ankles. Tips for 38 weeks pregnant. Show your belly some love. Go for a walk in the park. Lavender scent is known for its calming, relaxing qualities, so it's a great natural sleep aid. Scent your bedroom with lavender essential oil in a diffuser or diluted with water in a room spray.
You have reached the finish line. Babies born at 39 weeks are considered full term, so go ahead and let your little squatter know that they're being evicted. Yes, technically you're due at 40 weeks. But if you have gestational diabetes, preeclampsia, or another condition that puts you or baby at risk, your OB/GYN might encourage an induction. You're probably feeling like you want to get this baby out. We're not sure, but the impatience and discomfort moms-to-be feel around 39 weeks pregnant might be nature's way of getting you mentally prepared for delivery. Week 39 symptoms you may experience is Braxton Hicks contractions, pelvic pressure, lightning crotch, urge to nest and mucus plug and bloody show. Tips for 39 weeks pregnant. Install your car seat. Catch as many as sleep you can. One of the most productive things you can do during your nesting phase is get your kitchen in order.
While you might feel like you're going a little crazy with anxiety, remember, 98% of babies emerge by the end of week 42, if your pregnancy dating is accurate. So you'll get to meet baby really soon. You'll probably get a biophysical profile this week, a non-stress test and ultrasound to make sure baby is still in tip-top shape and that you have adequate amniotic fluid. At this point, you can expect all of baby's organs and systems to be fully developed and running smoothly. You can consider all of their developmental milestones complete. Week 40 symptoms you may experience is water breaking, ripening your cervix and regular contractions. Tips for 40 weeks pregnant. Relax as much as you can. Dual kick counts. Double check your hospital bag. Set up online deliveries for supplies. A healthful pregnancy diet is one that contains the essential nutrients your body needs and provides the right balance of carbohydrates, fat, protein, and calories necessary for your growing fetus. You have to include fruit, vegetables, dairy or plant-based substitutes, protein and whole grains in your diet.
Choose 3 to 4 servings of fresh, frozen, or canned fruit per day. Here are a few examples of what 1 serving of fruit can look like. 1 medium piece of fruit such as an apple or orange. 1/2 of a banana. 1/2 cup of chopped fresh, cooked, or canned fruit. 1/4 cup dried fruit. 3/4 cup of 100% fruit juice.
Choose 3 to 5 servings of vegetables each day. Here are a few suggestions for vegetables to include on your plate each day. Vegetables that are dark green such as broccoli, kale, and spinach. Orange vegetables such as carrots, sweet potatoes, pumpkin, and winter squash. Yellow vegetables such as corn, yellow peppers, wax beans, and yellow summer squash. Red vegetables such as tomatoes, red peppers, beets, radishes, rhubarb, and red cabbage.
Choose 3 servings of healthy dairy foods per day. 1 serving of dairy equals 1 cup of milk, yogurt, or fortified plant milk such as oat milk, soy milk, or nut milk. 1.5 ounces of natural cheese such as cheddar or mozzarella or fortified plant-based alternative.
Aim for 2 to 3 servings of protein each day. A few excellent protein options include lean meats such as poultry, fish, and eggs, prepared with minimal amounts of fat. Beans such as pinto, kidney, black, and garbanzo. Lentils, split peas, nuts, and seeds.
Aim for 3 servings of whole grains. A single serving of whole grain can look like this. 1 slice of whole grain bread. 1 ounce of ready-to-eat whole grain cereal, about 1 cup of most cereals. 1/2 cup cooked steel-cut oats, brown rice, or whole wheat pasta.
For detailed videos on best and worst foods for pregnant women, you can refer to this video available in our channel.
That's all for this series. Hope it helps. Thank you for watching. Hey, have you gone through these series? Click to access here.